Hello, everybody. Before we get started today, if you could go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell. That way you can be alerted as soon as we drop our latest content, and we greatly appreciate it. Now, Stephen A. Smith, he's been on his tour, really pushing his new book, Straight Shooter, and he's been making some headlines as he's traveled. Now, most recently, had a stop over in New Orleans, where he actually was talking to the New Orleans fans in regards to the New Orleans Pelicans, their NBA team, and having high hopes for the young talent that they have, with only one issue that he actually sees. Take a listen here.
David Griffin, the GM in this town, has done an outstanding job building his team. Willie Green is a young star. Willie Green is a young star as a head coach. This team, the Pelicans, have a chance to go to the conference finals. And it's a damn shame that every time you turn around, somebody get hurt. What that says to me, injuries can happen at any point. But if you get paid high 8 figures, 9 figures, you can't hire a strength and conditioning coach and exhaust every means to make sure that you are doing what you can in the off season.
Now, many in the crowd, and actually really many that follow NBA basketball and the phenomenon that is Zion Williamson, they understand that by him saying it like that, getting a strength and conditioning coach and doing all your work in the off season, they're referring to him. He's played very, very few games when you look at how long he's been in the league. He's been injured for extended periods, missing entire seasons, but also missing a majority of the season most of the time. He's only played a handful of games in stretches at a time without injury. So Zion is has a bit of a heavier frame, very wide frame, very strong player. So he may need to look to kind of do yoga and some exercises that actually strengthen his ligaments, things that actually prepare him for impact, what we call impact drills, so he can continue to take that pounding and then staying in shape. Now, he's not the only one. Brandon Ingram has missed considerable time this year, but Ingram was with them last year. He misses games, but no one that's a franchise player has missed quite as many games as Zion Williamson over the past few seasons. Now, with that said, there was a former New Orleans Pelican player, Anthony Davis, that Stephen A. Smith goes ahead and calls out by name. And this is basically when you look at the team and you look at how well they play at times and moments, and how good LeBron still looks, and Russell Westbrook seemed like he's a perfect fit coming off the bench with this team. Stephen A. said, Anthony Davis's health is one that really is likely, holding back the LA Lakers from making even bigger push, because there's really no great teams. You got a bunch of young teams in the West, but with Steph being out and Golden State not finding their footing and Phoenix taking a back seat, all these other teams are young and learning how to win, where LeBron knows how to win. AD has won before with LeBron. Russell Westbrook has won on a higher level than the Memphis Grizzlies or the Denver Nuggets, which are leading the West right now. So that's one thing that Stephen A. kind of brings home. He's like, you got to stay in shape, and take a listen here. I mean, he goes in and tells the difference between Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
So you are in peak condition come season time. There's a difference between getting ready and staying ready. LeBron James stays ready. Anthony Davis gets ready. And I love Anthony Davis. I love Anthony Davis. I truly do. He's a good dude. But that's what I'm talking about. You can tell the difference because all you got to do is look at dudes. And you see that they look the same each year. LeBron don't look the same every year. Kobe didn't look the same every year. MJ didn't look the same every year. There's a plethora of people that didn't look the same. They worked on their body, they worked on their game, they did something. And that's what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, nobody that follows NBA basketball is going to argue with Stephen A. Smith on that. To be honest, I'm sure, LeBron's probably gotten his ear. You can't be really around LeBron James, see his longevity, what he looks like in year 20, and be on his team, be close in his circle if you're Anthony Davis, and not exhaust every possibility or every opportunity, I should say, at finding out what this brother does on a regular basis. Now, body types are different, the way you use it. Anthony Davis is much longer, we get all that. But only he can answer the question if he's actually putting in the type of work it takes to be able to sustain not only an 82 game season, to be available for that time so that you are not in a play-in situation with all that talent on the team, with three future with himself being three future Hall of Famers. LeBron, the best, if not one of the best players to ever play in the NBA, and still performing at a very, very MVP-ish like level if the team had more success. Now, Stephen A. did continue on. He was in his New Orleans bag down there in the Big Easy. He was talking about the Saints. Yeah, the New Orleans Saints. Ever since Drew Brees hung it up. Take a listen to what Stephen A. had to say here.
Life without Drew Brees is a little bit different. Last time I checked, he ain't walking through that door. So, my condolences in advance.
No, he didn't say my condolences in advance. Let them know they don't even stand a chance. Well, let me know what you guys think, man. I think Stephen A. Words are really nothing that the average NBA fan don't know and wouldn't tell Anthony Davis and Zion Williamson to their face if they saw him. Like, look, if I'm a Lakers fan, AD, you really don't need to be out here. Maybe you need to be in some kind of air compression chamber, buddy, because you can't seem to stay on the floor. Good gracious, if this was the NFL, I'm not sure teams would hold on to Anthony Davis, even with the otherworldly talent that he has, because he's never available. If you don't put him in a bubble, then I don't think the Lakers ever win that NBA championship they won down in Disney. That's just me. But hey, if you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to holler at you next time. Peace.